Have you ever had this amazing idea for a project? You're all fired up, and then you find yourself just fighting with your software? Ugh. Today, we're talking about the one decision that can seriously make or break your new venture, picking the right tools. It's a choice that can either totally supercharge your creativity or just grind everything to a screeching halt. So let's imagine this. You've got that brilliant idea, the team is pumped, the vision is crystal clear. What do you think is the biggest single threat that could stop you dead in your tracks? Is it, competition? A lack of funding? Maybe. But the real threat? It might be something a lot closer to home. That's right. It could be the very tool you choose to bring your idea to life. If you pick the wrong one, you're going to create so much friction for yourself that your creativity just hits a wall. Simple tasks become a massive struggle, and the complex ones, they feel darn right impossible. It's like trying to build a skyscraper with a toy hammer. It's just not going to work. And this, my friends, is what we call the tool trap. It's that super frustrating place where you spend more time fighting your software than you do actually building your vision. So the real question is, how do you escape this trap before you even fall into it? Well, the solution is actually surprisingly simple. It all comes down to asking 3 really powerful questions before you even think about committing to any new technology. Think of these 3 questions as your North Star, your guide to making a smart, strategic choice. Okay, let's start with the here and now. The very first question is all about the project you're working on right now. Forget about what you might build a year from now. What do you need today, at this very moment? This all boils down to a concept we call project fit. It's really just about matching the tool to the task at hand. You wouldn't use a sledgehammer to hang a tiny picture frame, would you? Of course not. The same principle applies here. You need the right tool for this specific job, not some clunky Swiss Army knife that kind of does everything, but nothing really well. So project fit really comes down to 3 key things. First, how complex is your design really? Second, what level of interactivity are you actually aiming for? And third, and you have to be honest with yourself on this one, what's the actual skill level of your team? And you can see how this plays out perfectly right here. Look, if you need a quick and simple prototype, a drag and drop tool is going to be your best friend. It's fast, it's easy. But if you're building a complex, high-fidelity design system, you need to bring in the heavy hitters, like Figma or Adobe XD. Making the right choice here is literally the difference between a smooth, easy workflow and a constant, throbbing headache. Okay, so you've found a tool that fits your project's needs. That's awesome. But what about the people who are actually going to be using it every single day? That brings us to our second huge question. Can your team truly thrive with this tool? I love this quote because it just hits the nail on the head. Your software choice isn't just a technical decision, it's a communication choice. The right tool can bring your team together and make you feel unstoppable, while the wrong one can just drive everyone apart. Think about it. The modern workflow is this incredibly fast-paced feedback loop, right? You create something, you share it instantly, you get feedback, and you iterate, sometimes all in real time. If your software can't keep up with that pace, you're not just losing time, you're losing critical momentum. So what are the absolute must-haves for a collaborative tool? Well, you need real-time editing, so you're not constantly stepping on each other's toes. You need shared in-context commenting, so all the feedback is clear and actionable. And you absolutely need some kind of version control, so you can always rewind if you need to. Listen, these aren't just features. These are the fundamental building blocks of a productive, happy team. All right, now for our final question. And honestly, this one's a big one. You've got a tool that works for today and for your team. But what about tomorrow? Is this software actually built to scale with your project's biggest ambitions? This is where you really need to step back and think about the big picture. You have to ask yourself, is this prototype the end of the road? Is it the final destination? Or is it just the very first step on a much, much longer journey? The answer to that question is going to have a huge impact on the tool you choose. I mean, just look at how quickly a project can evolve. If you choose a tool that can't keep up with this kind of growth, you're not just slowing yourself down, you are literally building yourself into a dead end. You'll be stuck with this beautiful prototype that you can't actually hand off to developers, and you'll have to start all over again from scratch. No one wants that. And this, right here, is the incredible power of scalability. It means choosing a tool that can grow with you. It's the difference between a prototype that's just a pretty picture and one that's a solid, reliable foundation for a real product. So here's the bottom line. Your software isn't just a tool, it's a partner in your project. The right one will be an accelerator. It won't just help you build a prototype, it'll help you build momentum for the entire journey ahead. So the next time you're choosing a tool, don't just get caught up in the features. I want you to think about the future you're trying to build. Because the right software won't just help you create a design, it will help you create a destiny.